Hey guys, Faye here. Today I am going to show you guys how to make my little concoction here. It is a health herbal bath tea, and my daughter likes to call it the Get Better bath, and I've been making it for her since she was little. And anytime she gets a cold, the flu, her belly hurts, she's having trouble sleeping, I conjure this up for her. So I'm going to tell you guys how I do it. The materials you'll need, you're going to need a tablespoon of dead sea salt, along with a drop of lavender essential oil, a half a tablespoon of jasmine, a quarter tablespoon of rosemary, a half a teaspoon of chamomile, and a quarter teaspoon of rose powder. You're going to want, some people use cheesecloth. I prefer to use gauze pads. The holes are a little smaller. It's a little more difficult for the herbs to sneak their way through. They are definitely not easy to clean out of a bathtub. You're going to want an empty container to mix the sea salt with the oil, along with, I use soap dye. She likes her bath to change colors, so I put a little bit of that in there as well. That is obviously by choice. You'll need a pestle and mortar, so you can grind up those herbs very well there. So here is how I do it. I start off with my salt. So you're going to take your container and you're going to take your tablespoon of sea salt, dead sea salt, stick that in there. And like I said, I like to change her colors here, so I'm going to put 2 drops of red soap dye. And her favorite color is purple, so obviously I'm going to go for the blue here and just squeeze the tiniest little bit out. And then I'm going to do 1 to 3 drops of lavender oil. This helps her sleep. The more sick she is, the more oil I tend to use. But lavender, well, essential oil in general has a very strong smell. It's very overpowering. So if she doesn't have anything that's clogging up her nose, I prefer not to do it because it might be a little too much. So you're going to shake that up. As you can see, we got the colors getting in there pretty good. That color does not turn out nearly that hideous once it hits the water. Just a nice little subtle lilac purple. Alright, and then I'm going to mix together my herbs. Put them in my mortar here. And usually with these herbs, like I said, I use all these herbs just based solely on their healing properties. So jasmine and lavender are always my go-to. They work for everything for me. I have severe Crohn's colitis, and because of that, I tend to get sick a lot more often than others, and a lot stronger than many. And these baths not only help me, but they heal me. And the lavender in general I will burn because I don't know if it's the peace of mind, you know, because it clears anxiety. It's not just for physical health, it's for mental health as well. But lavender is always my go-to. Alright. Now with these, I always grind them up as fine as I can. Try to get them sandy. We're not going to do that today because I'm not going to sit here and make you watch me grind down herbs for 5 minutes. But point is, you want to get it as sandy as you can. That way you get more of the healing elements of the herbs. So you can get more of it in there into that bath water. Alright, so not nearly as fine as I usually ground it to, but that will do. Then you want to set up whatever it is you're using to hold on to these contents here. Put the salt in there first. Then you're going to pile all those herbs on top of that. You want to tie it up real good and tight. Like I said, herbs are not fun to try to get out of a bathtub. They definitely clog up the drain. I've done that more than once. So I try to tie this as tight as possible. And now when you're going to take this bath, make the water as hot as you can possibly stand it, because that alone will help you feel better. And then drop this in. I leave it for a minute or 2. I let that color get in for her, and not to mention the scents from the herbs and the oil to get nice and infused into there, so that when I step in, I've immediately got that scent, that relaxation. So there you are. You got nice little healthy tea bag there, make you feel better, and help that anxiety, help those colds, those flus, any chronic illness you have, and it definitely helps you sleep. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. And as always, shoot me an email if you want me to do any type of video on anything in particular. And merry part and blessed be.